Oh dear lord, it has been a while. Where am I? I'm kidding, of course. I moved. Hence why the long break and lack of content. The next part of the cosplay is to work on the staff, which I'm super excited for. Hopefully in this new decor, I can bring you guys new content with more lighting. Moving was very stressful in the middle of the pandemic and my finals. I even had to drop one class, and I've never dropped a class in my life. Trust me, I've done a lot of schooling. Right now I'm doing an internship, so by the time I'm done, even though I'm working from home, the sun is kind of set outside and I don't want to go back to filming in the dark for you guys. But it'll still have to happen because nightlife. But welcome back. I am Toki and this is my new home. I make cosplays sometimes and I hope you enjoy your time with me. There has been a lot of renovations around here, as you can see from all the leftover materials, but here's a quick draft of my staff. I've got my expanding foam and my PVC joints. It took me a really long time to figure out or think about or decide on how I'm going to do this, but I am going to use expanding foam for the first time in a cosplay. Is that true? Yes, that is true. As usual, I don't know if my idea is gonna work, so we're gonna test this out together. The thing with expanding foam is that you don't know how much it will expand and if it'll expand in the right shape. So let's start while the sun's still out. First, we start by doing a little bit of shenanigans and cutting out the paper out. All the staff references that I found were crooked differently, and every cosplayer who made a Yamraiha cosplay kind of made their own version, so I triangulated everything and we're about to see the Toki version. Somehow I need to go and bend this into roughly the shape. Then we're gonna trace out a cardboard center platform thing for the foam to expand onto. I'm also gonna cut it around here somewhere so that the pole can be disassembled, and that's exactly why we have these PVC joints. I have never used the twisty ones. Usually I just use the one that's slotted, but they sold out of that, so we'll try to use these. It doesn't screw all the way. I don't know why. We'll make it work. So I have to heat up the PVC pipe, and I'm scared of ruining my floors. I'm going to lay a baking sheet. Maybe it'll help with the heat. Maybe a cooling rack so that it doesn't touch the floor directly in any way. If you guys remember, this used to be my storage unit that was vertical. Now it's horizontal, laying in this room with the few squish that I kept. This is Big Feet. It says his name is Gary, but I definitely renamed him Big Feet. Now, if only I can remember which box has what, and it be here. I'm like subtly giving you a tour of my place too as we work. This is gonna be my favorite spot in the summer because this is a patio door that leads outside, and hopefully I will be able to Dremel and paint in peace. Oh! We have here the silicone baking sheet as the main barrier, the cooling tray for maximum airflow, and the cold floors to help set the PVC frames into shape. So it's really tight, but I'm trying to just go straight up and around instead of going weak. I don't know, I feel like that's hard to do for no reason. I'm heating more of this, and I've decided that we're gonna do that weird kink because kinky around here. No, I'm kidding. Because it's gonna make my life much easier after. Fun fact, this PVC pipe was originally bought to make Lissandra's spike skirt, hence why you see a large curve in the clips at the beginning, but it was too hard to bend into a circle, so I used hula hoops instead. A few hours have passed and here we are. It's almost done going all around. This is getting the way, but a little birdie told me that we have a pipe cutter. Once upon a time, I used to use my parents' bread knife. That is no longer an option. So we're gonna learn how to use a new tool. For some reason, I didn't think that it would look like this. It kind of makes sense, I guess. this just fits all sorts of size of pipes. Maybe I should have done this before it was curved. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, it's so smooth. Am I supposed to tighten it as I go? Ooh. So basically it's just going around and scoring it. Okay, that was so much easier than using a bread knife.
Kind of feeling like Lil Bo Peep here. Maybe I'll consider cosplaying her one day.
So thank God for all the housewarmings recently because I have so much cardboard collected. Unfortunately, all the boxes from moving are now in the recycle bin. This is not a paid ad, but this is so good. So the plan is to hollow out the PVC part so that I can have a cardboard frame on which the foam will expand. I'm gonna glue it halfway on the pipe, spray the foam on one side, flip it on the other, spray on the other, so that this whole thing is basically gonna be a giant stick of foam, hopefully, that we can carve out. I haven't decided if we're gonna papier-mâché it. From the looks of it, it's like a super organic, non-polished texture slash finish. So it doesn't have to be super clean.
The next step is to work on the foam platform, so we're gonna cut out the pattern and cardboardify it. It has been such a long time since I last had this much time to craft, and it felt amazing to get back into the groove of it. I'm hoping that this summer will be the summer that we get to go back to cons so I can feel that con crunch energy.
So I thought that I was going to contact cement the cardboard to the stick that would have been hard and stinky. And then I thought that I would hot glue it, but I noticed that the gaps between the stick and the cardboard is a, well, gaping gap. Is a gaping gap. So I've decided that I will simply duct tape it, because duct tape is the solution to everything, no? My living room is a huge mess, but I am just grateful that I have the space to make this huge mess. I was expecting it to make a louder sound. This is working out exactly as I envisioned it, and I love it. I love it. So this is what it looks like, and it's coming along really good, but I'm realizing that this is very 2D, and even though the foam's gonna go over, I don't want to leave too much to chance, so I might just do like another layer on the side somehow to frame like the thickness that I want so that it's even everywhere. Also, I forgot that we had to cut it here so that we can put in the joint. So a joint and 3Dify, and we'll call it a night. This is like my new favorite tool. I do this to unwind it. Oh wait, too much. So Houston, we have a problem. I bought the wrong size. Yeah, I guess we're putting this in a bit later.
Here we can see the living room getting exponentially messier, but that just means that we are progressing in the project.
After more thinking, if I were to fill this whole thing up with expanding foam, it might still be really heavy, so I might, stay with me here, I might build like tunnels so that there's actually hollow spaces under to keep it as light as it can be, because this thing alone is pretty heavy already because of the PVC mostly. But yeah, if one side is heavy, I still have to make the other side. Gotta make it as light as possible, because if it's heavy, then carrying it around cons will not be that fun.
This unsponsored tea break is brought to you by Ergonomic Breaks. Please don't forget to occasionally unbanana yourself and stay hydrated.
So I think I wanted to use paper to web these, but instead I'm just gonna scrunch paper and stick them to the board to act as filler. There is one thing that I forgot to do though, and that's to measure out and make sure that the ball that I ordered fits in this hole.
So the ball fits loosely in the staff frame, but that's okay because there should be a little bit of expanding foam filling in the gap. It's a bit small for my taste, but we don't have the time nor the budget for another. The next step is to fluff it up with recycled paper loosely held by painter's tape. I think hot glue would have held better, but we're optimizing for weight.
It's looking like a mess. I love it. Alright, 2 episodes of RuPaul later, and we have to work on the other side. Also, I was running low on cardboard boxes, but I remembered the Amazon box that this came in. I am finally at the hardware store and hunting for the proper joints. So last time these are the ones I reached for, but these were the ones that I needed.
I also got this PVC cap to protect the edge of my staff. I don't know why I never thought of doing this. And for those of you who are curious, gas in Canada has pretty much doubled in price due to geopolitical tensions, aka Big R invading Little U. But we're not here to talk about politics, although we do pray for the safety of all.
And on that, I'm gonna say see you guys next time. Maybe I will be right here to start the next video and to assemble the pipe and expand the foam. Papier mâché it. Papier mâché. Paper mâché. Papier mâché. Listen here, y'all. It is an original French term anyway, so yee.